Hi, I'm Shannon Smith, the former executive director for the Wyoming Humanities Councils. We are one of 55 state humanities councils and the Wyoming affiliate of the National Endowment for the Humanities. I'm here today with Willie LeClair, an Eastern Shoshone elder and culture bearer, who also happens to be one of the board members for Wyoming Humanities Council. A few years back, Willie and I launched a project to preserve Plains Indian Sign Language, sometimes known as hand talk or conversational sign language. So today, Willie and I would like to tell you a little bit about the project and why we feel it is so important. So I'm glad to see you here today, Willie. I'm glad we can have this conversation. Thank you.
Good.
So you've been using conversational sign language since you were a very young man, a boy.
When I was 4 snows or 4 years old, back up on my father's place up there at the ranch where we worked cattle and horses, there was a Shoshone man that his house was up there and lived with us just a little ways from the big house where my father and my mother and the rest of my sisters and brothers all lived in that house. This Indian man, he couldn't speak, he couldn't hear. So when he was born, it was understood from his family or his people that there was something that was bad. His father took him out when he was very, very small, an infant, cut his throat, shot him in through here, which didn't help his speech. It made it worse. Also, he didn't grow like a regular person would grow each year. He come so far and it stunted his growth. So he was always shorter than a regular man. So when we lived up there, him and I, the only way that we could talk and understand was with our sign language. So when I was real small, I said 4 years old, I learned to understand it and speak it back and forth between me and this Indian man.
Was he taught this before he came to your family place? Did he know how to use this type of Plains Indian Sign Language?
The way I understand that when he was infant, that was the only way that he could communicate with his father and his mother over here, being he couldn't talk and he couldn't hear. But he just learned it as he walked in life.
So he must have been exposed to elders who knew this communication tool from the times of traders and intertribal communications. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
So
very much well, he understood how they talked with their hands, because that was the only way that he could understand and see what they were saying to him back and forth.
So we're having trouble today finding other tribal members or any type of people that can use this language. Why do you think that is? Why have we lost this?
I look at it that the younger generation in today's world, that they're doing things this way, this way, this way, so fast. They don't understand of who they are as people. Just like there was no sign But now they got the computers, they got the phones, constantly talking back and forth by texting. It's going away. It's going away in a long, long ways that we need to go back, get it, so we can gather it up and we can keep it for the younger generation in the future.
Are you aware of other activities that have been done to preserve hand talk with other schools or other entities? Are you aware of any other projects that have been done over the course of your life?
In my time here while I walk on Mother Earth, I hear at the college here, where they're reading and writing for the more adults, I taught it. I was giving it to them people that came in here that was going to school and learning to read and do things. I did it for about 4 snows, 4 winters. The people that came, they understood and learned it. But do they work with it and talk with it today? I don't know. It's going away. It's being lost.
We had a conversation about a gentleman who is not an Indian, but lives up in Washington State and was older and lost his hearing and tried to learn American Sign Language to communicate with his wife. And he let us know that that was too difficult for them at that age. And he did research and discovered that they could use Plains Indian Sign Language, and he just used a book. And it was written by, as I recall, Tompkins. Is that who it was? And he used that book and then created a series of posters with those languages, the signs, so that he and his wife could use them. And he said that that's how they communicate now. So there seems to be evidence that this is an easier language to learn than what is the more well-known American Sign Language. Did you find that when you teach other people? Do you think that this is a good tool that people with hearing problems, I mean, you've seen that be used this way?
When I was telling you that here at this college, when I was giving it to the students, that book, I took and told them, I says, look at that, but you don't see the hand or the motions or no, or throwing it away, it's no good, or it's good. You don't see the motions in that book. You just look at a page, your hand, no movement. It's gotta come from here to smooth it out. It's gotta say, thank you, from here. Not to get out here and say, stay away from me. Mm-hmm. Wherever the proportion of the hand is, also insinuates a lot of information on how we talk with our hands so people can understand. So you can say thank you, but don't get out here and say, don't approach me. We have to be careful on where the positioning of your hands are. With father and mother, children as they grow in height, it's a human race. Our people.
Does hand talk convey emotions? Can you show that you're angry or happy or sad?
Yes. When we talk with our hands, I look at you and I smile, or I'm afraid. Or wait! Body motions, what your body says, how your body talks is the way your hands talk also. When we get to talking and we come in here, a lot of it comes from our heart, because everything that we as Indian people do comes from our heart, comes from Mother Earth, comes from the Creator or the worker of medicine. Don't, oh, wait. Yes.
Yes. Willie, do you know when tribes were using this as a communication tool, tribes from all around the Great Plains and clear down into Mexico, as a matter of fact, do you know if they spoke while they were using the hand talk, or were they silent and just used hand talk between each other when they didn't understand the words?
Many, many, many times when our people, when they talked with our signs, they spoke as they talked. Whether that other person over here is looking back understood what they were saying was probably no. But when they understood, they kept us saying yes. So when you was talking sign talk, and the other person kept us saying yes, like I was doing just a little bit ago, that's not showing disrespect. That's saying, yes, I'm following what you're saying. I don't have to tell you to wait. Go back. What did you say when your hands? You can go ahead and continue to talk. Sure, probably many, many of our Indian people spoke while they were signing with their hands, so that when I was giving you something and you was given back, we understood that it was going to be a good trade. You give, you receive. But maybe it was in a language that they didn't understand.
Is it wrong to use a left hand versus a right hand with certain signs? Or is it more flexible in that I can say yes with left or right? Does that matter?
Nope. One thing when you're talking with your sign is the portion on your body when you say father or mother or grandfather or grandmother who walks with a cane or more stooped over, using body language again, so that you understand what I'm saying and you understand what I'm giving to you. Yes, the difference is when somebody maybe is making sign with their left hand. That's their natural way. That's their good way. That when they come over here, they're going to have to make the sign from here, from their heart over here, as versus myself doing it with our right hand. Just like when I was teaching it here at the college, have to be kind of understanding. When you make a sign, like for fish, this one lady, one of my girls, she was left-handed. She made the sign this way. The fish was swimming backwards. And we had many, many laughs of the backwards fish instead of the fish swimming forward.
It gives a whole new meaning to dyslexic,
Right,
right?
right.
Going back and forth. Well, Willie, you've lived a long life and you've been to a lot of powwows and a lot of rodeos. In all of these travels over the course of your life, did you run into other people who you could communicate very comfortably with hand talk?
Maybe many, many, many. Because every time when I see another Indian, I'll go over there and ask them, are you good? Get their attention. Are you good? This hand talk is used between many, many people. The white man, the black man, the women, the men. When you're talking, you're working, you're out there hunting animals, you don't have to speak. Wait, wait, wait. I see a big elk. You understood everything I said.
I did.
And I never
You go
said a
this-
word because we was hunting. We had to be quiet. And that's where it was very, very useful. But also up there on my dad's ranch with our cows, you could be a long, long ways, way over here, horseback, as long as you could see the other one. I said there was many, many cows down off in the hill, down there by the water. You didn't have to be with where you could hear and understand. Just being able to see back and forth. Make a sign when he's seen you. We're done for the day. Quit, come on, let's go home, let's go to the house. We're gonna quit. Because our horses are tired. Me and you, we're tired, we're gonna quit.
When you did your travels, have you noticed over the last decades that fewer people are comfortable reaching out to you or answering or understand?
For a long time, people looked and understood what I was saying when I was talking with my hands. Many people would look back and they might just nod because they didn't know that they could say yes. They wanted to show respect or things in a good way when they was talking to you over there. Just like today, you and I, we've seen 3 people. I asked him if they was good. One young Indian boy down there, when we was eating, he said, I don't understand. But see, this is what I understand I want to work at, is to give it to our next generation so we can keep it into our Indian ways.
That is the great way for us to finish talking about this, because this project that we're working on, I'd like for you to share what your dream is for this. What can we accomplish in your mind with this project?
Me and you and them, the people behind that camera, we're going to have to work hard to bring it all together. Put it in here. Save it for the generations that are going to be coming, the little ones, so we can give it. Then they'll be able to understand. And then they can give it to their babies and their younger generation. I want it to be gathered up and put together and worked in the right way. So it's yes, we do it good and work hard.
Well, thanks, Willie. And I think we're doing a great job so far. You and I both owe thanks to Wyoming PBS for helping us record these conversations. And we have a dream of having many more conversations recorded that will be archived and preserved for eternity, so this language isn't lost, and hopefully we can share it with the rest of the world. So thank you, Willie, for
Yes.
being here, and thank you, everybody, for watching this and learning about Plains Indian Sign Language.
And see, with these people that are filming this, and we're going to put it in here, and we're going to keep it. These people I work with are my friends and your friends. We all come together and work together as one to work it
Yes.
in a good way.
Thank you. And yes.
Don't get too far. You're going to tell me stay back.
Thanks, Willie.